Hey everybody, this is Dave Dugdale, learningdslrvideo.com. So I'm reviewing the Blackmagic pocket camera, which is this one right here, and I'm comparing it right now to the 5D Mark III, and I really like the flesh tones, skin tones, whatever you want to call them, of the way it looks here. So I want to try to match that, and I'm not a colorist, kind of suck at it, but what I want to do is ask you guys a question of, am I going about this the right way? Because I'm not getting quite the matched look that I want. This should be fairly easy to do, but here, watch what I do. So I'm going to show the reference swipe to the 5D Mark III's on the right. And so I'm going to do a look at my histograms. I'm going to start off with the lift gamma gain, and I'm going to bring up the whites first. I'm going to bring down the blacks. And then I'm going to, with the blacks, just kind of move that around until the blacks look pretty balanced. I'm not sure if I got it totally right, but what I usually do now is I add saturation in, because it's got saturation. We see that that's going to affect our, in fact, I'm just going to crank it all the way up to 100. Because this pocket camera has like no color to it. I guess the color information's there, but we just got to pull it out of there. So what I'm going to do now is start lifting the whites up more. And go a little bit higher. All right, so if I swipe here, you can see that the levels of the 5D Mark III are higher. So now I'm going to look at the midtones, and let's start bringing these up. I don't know if you guys watched my other video about setting exposure with this camera, and I'm finding it somewhat frustrating. So let's go to maybe about right here. Now I'm going to bring down the blacks a little bit again, since that affected those. And maybe play around with the whites here a little bit. Alright, so we're getting a little bit closer. Obviously, it's not the same. In fact, when I do this, I say, oh, she looks really green. So what I'm going to do now is, I've set the color balance of the whites and the blacks. Now I'm going to take this and pull it away from green. And keep going, but now her hair is getting very magenta and her skin is not looking right. Hair very magenta. I got rid of the green, but boy, the level doesn't look right, so I'm going to bring up the level a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reset this, and I'm going to go to the color wheels, which are midtones are a lot more pinned, so I'm not affecting anything else. And I'm going to try, oh, that was close. I don't want the green. I don't want blue. I mean, unfortunately, I'm using a mouse for this, which is crazy. I know. And I just can't do it. I mean, I just move it just a hair. I don't have any so I'm just going to hit reset on this one. Let's go back to this one and try to get rid of some of that green. Let's bring up the level a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. And then let's, so you can see the other scopes. One of the things I've noticed is when you go back and forth, look at the vector scope. See how it's a nice straight line on the flesh tones over here? And then when I bring it back, well, it always has this big blob right here. Any shot I've ever done with this camera, I've always got this big blob. I don't know, the skin tones just don't seem to be stretched out. So obviously it's still looking green and dark, so I'm going to bring this up a little bit. See, that's too much. And again, like I said before, I didn't know how to expose for this when I shot this, and I still really don't. Oh, that's close. Oh, maybe right in there. Oh, right there, maybe. Gosh. Yeah, let's go. You guys can look at it a little bit bigger. And let's move these scopes out of the way. But man, I really like the look of this. You probably can't see it very well, but I'll try to do some full capture video and play it back for you here. But you can see the 5D Mark III is really soft compared to the Blackmagic. There's so much detail in her pores and like the eyelashes. Just a ton of detail in there, which I really like. I mean, just look at the hair. the 5D Mark III just looks mushy. And obviously I've got the sharpness turned all the way down. So to be fair, on the 5D Mark III, it's really not quite fair. I'm going to go over here to sharpness. Oh, and you can see I already brought it down to 48. That's about usually as far as I want to go, because if you go too far like this, it's really crunchy. You can see her face looks really crunchy. So let's make it a 46. Let's go back. And, you know, if I hit play, oh, I've still got the reference thing on there. Let's turn off the reference. It's okay, but going back to my original question, not so much on sharpness and detail, but how do I get this to look like this? I just don't understand. It's tough to do for a person like me who is not a colorist. I kind of understand the basic concepts, but when it comes to the, you know, I can kind of balance out the black in her shirt, and I can kind of balance out the white in the white background. But when it comes to the skin tones, goodness gracious, it's supposed to be this hard, you know, because, you know, and I just move my mouse around just a little bit and I'm like, whoa, it's too green, whoa, it's too magenta, whoa, it's too this. I mean, is there a setting somewhere I can go to where I can make it so it doesn't go so wild if I just move my cursor or my mouse just a few, I don't even know, microns distance? Let me know, guys. All right, thanks. This is turning out to be a very complex review, and I'm kind of over my head on this camera, but if you guys could help me out a little bit, you know, in my review, I'll definitely tell everybody that this camera's a bit over my head. But I'll just share my experiences with it coming from a DSLR background. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.